Alright, I transferred some money out of the American funds today into energy funds because it was close to a 6-month high. So I decided to take some of the tech profits out because the tech's been going up so great. I'm actually going to be moving money out of the American funds because when I look at its holdings and what we're holding here, I like that it's got tech and health. So that's great, but I want a higher percentage in tech. If I could, I would just buy the QQQ in our 401k, but that is not an option. I'd rather just be only tech. And the closest thing I can do to be only tech is the Vanguard Growth Fund in my 401k. Its holdings is more like 50% in tech. So it's much more suited towards what I want to be invested in. You can see these are the companies I invest in here. Anyways, so I want to maintain that investments with this particular fund. Quite frankly, I wish it didn't have any of these other things in here. Maybe healthcare I would be okay with because there's a lot of biotech in there that would follow in the healthcare, but the rest of it I don't really care for. Again, the American funds, they have tech and healthcare, but together it's not even 50% of what I like. I do have consumer and financial funds. I want to be able to buy that if I want that. So me personally, if I could, I would just buy index funds like the SPY or QQQ that would just follow the S&P or the NASDAQ, or if they could just have sector funds like Fidelity has tons of funds that are only healthcare or only tech or only financial. Anyways, you may be looking at this chart and thinking, well, it's not really on a 6-month high because it peaked way up here. But in all reality, it is on a high because what happened here is you see this D right here, there was a dividend payout. So if I kind of zoom up on that, this big drop is the dividend payout. So for holding this funds, you get short-term, long-term gains, and you're given funds. Like I made about 7 or 8% of what I had in the fund is what I got for dividends. So I've made about 20 grand in the last few years just on this fund making dividends. So if I take this and slide it up to here, then you notice that you kind of are on a high. So when you see performances and you see these percentages, that may or may not be including the dividends. So you may really be having a bigger number than that. It's just not going to reflect that. All right. Regardless, you get dividends. So I'm just kind of show you my breakdown here in my American funds, what I've done. So I bought today. I actually sold. Sorry. On today I put money into the Vanguard Energy Fund from this American fund. And in reality, what I've got going on here is because of the dividends, what you're seeing at 83 and 55 really would be at 87 and 50. Sorry, 93 and 57 was when the dividends was paid. So on these dates, there was the dividends and the stock fell. But it didn't really fall. So like here you can see here's the American funds at 55. That's where it was. It was at 57 something, or yeah, almost 58. So after the dividend payout, this drops down to 55. So it looks like it's not as big a gains as it is, but when you include the dividends that took place, you actually are sitting around more like a 12% gain. So from my last purchase and sell. So if I back this up, just to kind of show you what I did, back on 6/3, I had moved money. I sold the energy funds and I bought American funds on 6/3. And this is around 6/3. You can see I didn't really get at a low. If you back this up here, I moved my chart while my balloons moved up. Anyways, this was 6/3 and it went down. So I bought more, anticipating a jump, some kind of news I was anticipating to help jump the market, but I really should have been more patient and waited at least a month or two before I make another buy like I did here. So I made another buy. So if you look here at this chart, geez, I don't know if you can even see these numbers, but I bought on 6.3, the American Fund, and then on 6.10 I bought again at 50, and I bought more at 45. That's called dollar cost averaging when you're buying into them. But I don't dollar cost average on a date. I dollar cost average looking at when the market has dips. So when I bought here, I had no idea it was going to keep dipping down like it did. And then maybe I should have sold, but I didn't because it really wasn't much of a gain. So I just kind of held on to it, anticipating if it goes up, then I could sell it. And if it does go down, I'll buy more. So I bought more here. Of course, in the perfect world, I would have known to buy here, but I bought here. So those are those three cells. So the reason why if you dollar cost average like I'm doing, I could turn around and sell it. So on 119, I sold it at 55. So I sold the 6.3 lot at that I purchased at 52, and I'm still holding these two prices. So it's like I never made that buy. Actually, I made profits on that, and I moved those profits into the energy fund. All right, so again, because of the dividend payout that happened on these dates, you can see that these were what they were before the dividend payout, and this is the difference. So I add the difference to where the current price is to kind of see what I'm at. So these are the current prices, and then I added those two, the difference there to this to see what I'm really buying it at, what that real difference is. So again, this here may make your chart look like you're not doing as well as you actually are doing because of a large dividend payout. All right, just letting you guys know what I'm doing here. I've reduced some of my shares in tech fund into the energy fund. I've been dying to get back into energy. I've really been trying to get in at a lower price, but I figured I'd better just buy on the 6-month low. And I still have a lot of money sitting in the tech fund. So if it keeps going up, I'm going to continue to try and pull some money in cash and buy out the other more heavily weighted tech fund with the Vanguard company. That would be this growth index fund that has a big weight of it in tech.